Dear viewers, one of the biggest tasks in this channel is always to provide you with analysis of anything that is relevant to the current happenings. There was a time I did an analysis this channel, and one of the viewers said that I should not bring in issues of church or issues of prophets to the analysis of the days, and that I should focus on on the real things, that I should leave prophets out of our analysis. But it is not easy to just separate our day-to-day analysis from these prophets. These prophets sometimes they tell us about things that are going to happen in future, and most of the time we get facts from them. Like for example, if I take you back to Pastor Ezekiel, prophecy that was done in I think August, when Pastor Ezekiel said that he has prophesied a revolution, and especially he touched on the Mount Kenya region. Let's go to Mount Kenya before I give you the analysis of today. In Mount Kenya, the last 2 to 3 days, you've seen something that is pretty strange, the current trend of events. You've seen that there are a lot of, like some kind of demos. Currently, we know of Nyamakima, and Nyamakima is composed of the Nyamakima demo that is now the China Square demo is basically composed of Mount Kenya again. You saw the issue of Mbere South, I think yesterday, when the locals decided to block the road so that the governor, Cecil Mbarire, could not pass. And I think some vehicles were also affected. You saw that. That is one of the some kind of rebellion. You've seen these things happen. So that's the reason why we cannot delink the church prophecies from the politics of the day, because the Kenya Kwanza formation already has claimed to be a government that was formed on the foundation of these churches. So that is the reason why the day-to-day analysis goes hand to hand with these prophets, with their prophecies. I have something something that I'd like to also share, and I'm sorry, but it's about, again, Dr. Samo Mtishibi. And Dr. Samo has sought to expose something that he saw in his prophecy. And this is not something we can just wish away like that, because it is something that is relating to what Raila Amolo Odinga is planning, the mass action. Dr. Samo says that in his dream, he saw that there is plan to use the KDF. There is plan to use the military to protect the State House. And he goes further and says that the government is planning to use the military to repulse any mass protest, any mass demonstration that is going to come from the Azimio One Kenya Alliance. So,
listen to me. We need to pray for Nairobi. And I repeat, we need to pray for Nairobi. If you have a relative, a family in Nairobi, ignore this. If you have a relative in Nairobi, pray. Because sooner, Ruto is going to be misadvised. And I am speaking this, if he can hear, let him hear it. He shall be misadvised. And the misadvice that he will be given, he will hand over the city into the military for 14 days, 2 weeks. But people will misadvise him that that is the only way to protect some of his biggest fear. And when the city will be handed over to military, 2 things will happen. the militaries themselves, they will divide among themselves. There are those who will become greedy and they will have find an opportunity to make a coup because there will be an open door. And there are those who are in military, but they are in the camp of opposition. And they will want to use that to open the gates for opposition. And so the military themselves, and I saw, not in the dream, some few minutes ago, those who came to my office, you found me sleeping. How many people came there and you found me sleeping? Yes. I saw two military, one with red ribbon, another one with green ribbon. And they started fighting among themselves. You know, when such a thing happens, what happens? You, citizen, will suffer. And some of the people will suffer in the city are your own brothers and sisters and relatives. Let us pray for him that he doesn't listen to such diabolic voice.
The government is planning to do that. He goes further and warns the government of the day that that will be a terrible mistake because it will be setting up the government for a coup, something of that sort. That's what he said. I mean, those are not my words, but that's according to his prophecy, that the military might be tempted to take over. I mean, this is something very, very dangerous. It is something that is very, very serious. And that's why he's warning the president that you should not listen to some of your advisors because they will mislead you. They will tell you to use the military to quell the growing demonstrations. They will advise you to do the same. They will advise you to beat the opposition so that the opposition can be afraid. They will misadvise you. So that is what Dr. Samo is saying in his prophecy. I am going to share a small part of his prophecy so that you can get to understand that those are not my words, but the words of Prophet Dr. Samo Mtishibi.